connected end to end such that same current flow through each one of them. That is the characteristics of series circuit. So I have RL, a resistor is shown here, R ohms, an inductor is shown here, L Henry. When they are put in series across a sinusoidally varying voltage Vm sin omega t, so definitely there will be a flow of current in this. So the total current flowing here, let's say IT is flowing. When a current flow through resistor, what is the nature? It build potential across that as VR. VR with the voltage observed across this as I into R. That I can write. When we see inductor, when a current flowing through inductor, I into XL, inductive reactance 2 pi FL is called inductive reactance. That inductive reactance XL or omega L, both are same. Inductive reactance into current builds voltage across the inductor, that's called VL. Now I can say vectorially, not algebraically, vectorially, total voltage V equal to VR plus VL. That's what vectorial addition, not the arithmetic addition. V1 equal to VR, we should not tell. It is called vectorial addition of VR plus VL become total voltage. This is what we have to understand from the representation. Two elements are connected in series, namely R and L. Supply voltage being Vm sin omega t. Now the question is how to get expression for the current. Earlier when it was a resistor, I use Ohm's law. When it was an inductor, I use L equal to di by dt. It was a capacitor, Q equal to CV I used. Now when I have R and L in series, what is that I should use as a reference to get expression for the current? For that, all of you watch. When we have series circuit, approach is vectorial. This diagram help you. What is this? We have to discuss, because first time we are trying to make use of vector diagram for our study. Therefore, we must be knowing it is not ideally a vector, it is a phasor diagram, because the vector is the one having magnitude and direction. These are not only having, these are rotating also. That is the reason we call them as a phasor. Anonymously, many of us speak vector. So no doubt we know they are not static with a particular direction and magnitude. They are also revolving. That is the reason they are called phasor. So no matter if it is a phasor or a vector read by us, it is what we are going to utilize for our study is representation of relationships among them. Okay. Now, how to draw this? The first concept. To draw this as if it is not there in your view, let us say how I would have constructed this. To construct any vector diagram, I will be using the keyword vector diagram anonymously. Okay. To draw that, I must refer what kind of connection I have. Series. For a series circuit, what is the common electrical parameter we consider? Current. Current flowing through each one of them is same. So that is the reference vector. You can see here the brown vector which is laid horizontal first time. Okay, it's called current vector. It is not having any length, specific length or specific value. It is just on a horizontal axis. That axis is called reference axis, which is by what? Common parameter. Common parameter for a series circuit is current. Therefore, I can say reference vector is current vector. Why I took reference vector current? Because it's a series circuit. In case of series circuit, common element flowing across them, through them is current. Hence, my circuit, my vector representation begin with the common value as current. That's what I have written here. Okay, that's the first line I have to draw as a brown or orange color, which you will see later. I come to one by one. I go around the circuit. I will find two elements. One is resistor. What is resistor? R by ohms. What is this VR? Voltage across the resistor. What is the value VR? I into R. So So potential across the resistor is I into R. Now I want to understand what is that vectorial relationship exists between voltage across the resistor and current through resistor. So for that I'll go back. What is this vector relation I had here? Voltage across the resistor and current through resistor were in phase, because voltage across this and current wave were swinging hand in hand. I had in phase relationships. So it means if at all I have to draw voltage VR as a vector, current I as a vector, how I would have drawn them? I would have drawn on the current axis. Current is your reference axis. Vector representing VR, some magnitude. I am not worried about length of that, 2 centimeter, 4, like that. The typical representation, position of VR. VR being a magnitude VR lying on the same axis of that I. So these two if I study, VR voltage across the resistor, I current flowing through a common combination. So both are on the same axis means in phase. Voltage and current are in phase in resistor. That's what I can draw first time. Draw a line of current, draw a vector VR along the same line because they are in phase. Current through resistor, voltage across resistor are in phase. This is the second activity. Then what is the third activity? The third activity is what is the relationship between voltage across the inductor and current through the inductor. So we have to recall back this circuit. Whenever we have applied voltage and current through inductor study, what we got here? Voltage across the inductor and current through inductor. Current through inductor was lagging behind the voltage by pi by 2 radian. So with respect to voltage, current found lagging behind because that was a minus pi by 2. Now if I make in my mind with respect to current, how is that voltage across the inductor? If I keep this as a reference, from this point if I want to go here, how much angle I have to go backward? Pi by 2. I would otherwise say voltage across the inductor is leading ahead of the current by pi by 2. Whatever I have spoken, current lags or voltage leads. By what value? Pi by 2. That's the encashing thing I will be doing. In case of inductor, with reference to current, brown or orange vector here, where will be VL? VL will be 90 degree above. Voltage across the inductor leads ahead of the current, or with respect to voltage, current through inductor lags behind. So I will be making use of first one. With respect to current, how is that voltage leading? You can see a dotted line I have drawn here, correct? You can see dotted line, or at this tip I can make VR and VL, add them vectorially. The diagonal you will see here, which is called V equal to VL plus VR, vectorial. It is not arithmetic addition. So this is resultant. How I got it? So I had a VR, here I had a VL, or here I had. Add these two by completing the vector diagram. I will get resultant of this one. What is the value of that? VL plus VR vectorial. If you just look it here, it's here. V equal to VR square plus VL square, which is equal to IR square plus IXL square, which is equal to I outside R square plus XL square, or I equal to V divided by Z. Then what is Z? Z equal to R square plus XL square under root. You learned something new here. You got to know from the basics, total of applied voltage is equal to voltage across the inductor and voltage across the resistor vectorially added. Then I got current possible is V by Z. Then what was that Z? Impedance. Impedance of the circuit is obligation. blockage offered by the circuit to the flow of current in AC circuits. That's called Z equal to R square plus XL square under the root. You learned this concept. Therefore, we begin our concept of drawing the vector diagram, obtaining the resultant. Next step, I have to write equation for the current, correct? Now, when I constructed this vector diagram, I took current as my reference. Now I completed it. Now look at the total voltage, which is the orange line hypotenuse or the diagonal here. This is called applied voltage vector. With respect to voltage, that's what I am speaking about this. With respect to voltage, how is that current? Where is that current vector? Below this. Below this. By what angle? An angle phi. Phi is the angle between V and I. With respect to V, keep in your mind, V is your reference. You are standing along this. Where is I? Below this or above this? If it is below, we speak lagging. If it is above, we speak it is leading. So naturally, when I take V as my reference, with respect to V, I is below that by an angle phi. That is called current in an inductive circuit lags behind the voltage by an angle phi. In case of ideal inductor, what was our current expression? Current lags behind the voltage by perfect 90 degree. It was a pure inductor. But now what I have here? Impure, because I have R and L. That is the result. I will be getting between V and I an angle of phi. Then what is this phi? We will see soon. Therefore, this is the angle called as lagging angle. With respect to voltage, current is lagging behind the voltage by phi. Then I can write from the vector diagram comes here. So I am still here. To get this equation, this was my complete mathematical study I did. Then I from the vector diagram is something like peak value. I am sinusoidally progressing omega t minus phi. This omega t minus phi is because Vm sin omega t is resultant. This is called applied voltage. Applied voltage is having what? Vm sin omega t. Where is the current? This is also sinusoidal. It is also sinusoidal and behind it by an angle phi. Then it will have some peak value Im. Sinusoidally progressing omega t minus phi as our outcome of the study. I got now expression for the current as Im sin omega t minus phi. Then what is this peak value Im? Im is something like Vm divided by Z. What is the value of current here? Applied voltage peak divided by blockage offered by this. Impedance offered by this. That's what you can say. Im equal to Vm divided by Z. Similarly, I got other side here. It means now I got current in the RL series circuit as Im sin omega t minus phi lagging. So I can draw the waveform. You can look at the bottom here. The blue or a sky blue like curve show you voltage equation, voltage representation, which is beginning at 0, pi and 2 pi like that. Then current is having some peak value, sinusoidally progressing, but starting from what? Late by an angle phi. Minus phi says don't start 0. Late by an angle. You can see there is a marking here phi. Late to which it starts at 0 cross. 0 goes peak, cycle and make it one complete cycle. Now what do you understand from this? Current wave is lagging with respect to voltage by an angle phi. So therefore phase lag is noticed. When I studied the vectors, representation of in phase, phase lag, phase lead, I gave an example. In phase is observed in resistor, phase lag is observed in inductor, phase lead is observed in capacitor. Therefore, you will find this as a justification for inductive circuits. So therefore, this wave second wave represent Im sin omega t minus phi. We did our second part of the work. The next part of the work is what? Is there any consumption of power? You can answer me. Definitely when you find an ideal inductor, there is no consumption of power. Ideal capacitor, no consumption of power. When it is a resistor, there is a consumption of power. But coincident, I have R, L. So R is there means it is responsible for consumption of power and expanding it as heat. Therefore, power consumed instantaneous is given as P equal to V into I. So we have given voltage and obtained expression. Multiply them, then I'll be having mathematical substitution Vm sin omega t, Im sin omega t minus phi. Now I can still simplify because I have to get average power over one complete cycle. How much is the consumption of power in one cycle? I want to quantify. To quantify this, let us simplify this equation. Vm Im sin omega t into sin omega t minus phi. What I find here? It is a product of signs. Integration of this become difficult. What will we be doing? Explain this in terms of sum and difference of cosines. You will recall back the identity 2 sin A sin B. If I make that become a identity like this way. Cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B. Cos of A plus B, cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B. If I take that become 2 times sin A sin B. I have a reverse. 2 is missing here. 2 I make arrangement here. Divide by 2. So 2 is arranged. 2 Vm Im sin omega t nothing but sin A sin omega t minus phi sin B. And to get this back to cosine, you look into this. Cos of A means A minus B. A is omega t minus omega t minus of minus phi. It become cos phi. Cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B omega t plus omega t minus phi. It become cos of 2 omega t minus phi. Same thing, trigonometrical identity is used here. Therefore, this 2 attached to this extra 2 in the denominator become outside. Vm Im by 2 cos phi minus cos 2 omega t minus phi is instantaneous power. Then what is the total power in a cycle? I can do it. So to get that, integrate it. I have written here average power is integration 0 to 2 pi 1 Vm Im by 2 integration cos phi minus cos of 2 omega t minus phi into d omega t. So I think there is a missing of 1 by 2 pi here. You can see here something is 1 by 2 pi is missing in this first term. So please consider this term as your requirement. 1 by 2 pi 1 by t f of t 0 to t is the integration pattern. Okay, like that. So we can see here 1 by 2 pi 0 to 2 pi limits of integration Vm Im by 2 as usual inside this bracket cos phi minus cos 2 omega t minus phi into d omega t, on whose simplification constants are taken outside here. Vm Im by 2 pi missing here is 1 by 2 pi. Consider this 1 by 2 pi is here. Vm Im by 2 pi integration 0 to 2 pi, and this is already 2 is there, 1 by 2 is there, and this term if I simplify, what I am going to get? You cannot integrate cos phi with omega, it remains constant, cos phi comes out, and d omega t integration is omega, that is 0 and 2 pi. So you will get 0 and 2 pi as outcome. Cos 2 omega t becomes sin 2 omega t, sin 2 omega t with 0 is 0, sin 2 omega t with 2 pi is also 0. Second term goes 0. Second term goes 0. Only first term result you 2 pi minus 0 limits. This denominator 2 pi and outcome of the substitution 2 pi cancel. What remains is Vm Im by 2 cos phi. Vm Im by 2 cos phi. That 2 I split as root 2 root 2. Vm by root 2, Im by root 2 cos phi. You will get peak voltage divided by root 2 is RMS voltage P current divided by root 2 is RMS current. So this is the standing point of power consumed by a RL series circuit. Therefore, power is being consumed, which is given by VI cos phi. Now you got to know new term, what is cos phi? Cosine of the phase angle. You can see this vector diagram. Where is the phi? Phi is the angle between applied voltage and current resulted. Cosine of that, say what kind of circuit is this? So this is called as power factor of the circuit. So new term we got from this study today is cos phi. If I take this further, cos phi is ratio of R by Z. R, resistor of the circuit, divided by Z of the circuit, I can write. This is a term, define, explain what kind of circuit is this. If the power factor is very sluggish, we say inductive. Power factor is superior, capacitive, like that. Power factor is 1, resistive, we can tell that. That way, we got to know the new thing, P equal to VI cos phi. Power is not 0, but you look at the equation here, Vm Im by 2 cos phi, there is second term which goes 0, which went 0 here in the final. It's called as an oscillatory term. This oscillatory term is represented in the waveform. You can see here, when I have a waveform number 1 beginning from 0, waveform number 2 beginning from 5, and in between this small time length and a big time length, again small time and a big time length. These timings represent product of V and I, both voltage and current. When I take a multiplication, V is positive, I is negative. You can see thin line I have drawn here, thin line of red color, which show me power in negative plane, in this time plane. Then from this point to the next half cycle reversal, this both voltage and current are in the upper half. That will make me a big power hall. Then in this small time length, voltage is going in the negative plane, current is still in the positive plane. Product of them represent negative. You can see a small negative, larger positive, and similarly both are in negative, it becomes positive. Over a cycle, you can see blue line, one complete cycle, pi, 2 pi, you will find two big positive halls of power, two small negative halls of power. Over a cycle, if I take a average doesn't go 0. Unlike here, what was the power average here? Both the halls were equal in dimension. Power went 0 here. Even in the inductor also, power halls were equal in dimension. So average power went 0. In case of RL series circuit, you have lower halls smaller in dimension, upper halls bigger in dimension. When I take a average doesn't go 0. You can see this expression, power is not 0, this is VI cos phi. This is the proof of study of RL series circuit applied to Vm sin omega t, like this way. What we learned here, current is lagging in inductor. That's what I got, Im sin omega t minus phi. When I use that equation, power consumed by a RL series circuit is not 0. It is given by VI cos phi. And from the power equation, I will see power halves are not equal in dimension. Hence, power is not 0. Later, from this vector diagram, I will understand V equal to VR square plus VL square, which I got here. Nothing but IR square plus IXL square. I, if I take out, I will get V by Z equal to I. Current equal to V by Z. What is Z? Impedance I got. R square plus XL square, like that. So this is how a simple view from fundamentals made us to understand what is that RL series circuit. So this is how we can conclude our RL series circuit. Lot more numerical problem we need to find. Here I have Z equal to R square plus XL square. If you apply this Pythagoras relation to this, so what is this vector V? What is vector VR? What is this dotted vector? Same as this vector VL. So this is I into R, which is shown here. I into R. This vertical line is I into XL. What is this hypotenuse at that time? I into Z. So V equal to I into Z. So it become impedance, resistance, reactance. So IR, IXL, I into Z, I, common in all the three sides. If I cancel that, what remain here is Z, R, XL. So therefore, I will have one more understanding called as impedance triangle. Impedance triangle is having hypotenuse as impedance Z, adjacent side as R. Opposite to the angle, I will have XL. XL, R, Z. Z equal to R square plus XL square. What you will find here? Are you see? R square plus XL square equal to Z. Nothing but hypotenuse equal to R square plus XL square under the root. Then what is this cos phi? Cos phi is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. R by Z is cos phi. So this what cos phi I am meaning here. Cos phi is adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Adjacent side if it is R, hypotenuse if it is a Z, I can write cos phi equal to R by Z. We will try to use this in numericals. This is how we can come to an end of RL series circuit. Similar work I should do in RC series circuit. Let's see how we can do. Just observe this circuit R and C in series connected to alternating source of energy V, Vm sin omega t. Then current I ampere flows inside. When I flow through resistor, it creates voltage across that as VR, I into R. When current flows through capacitor, it builds potential across it as Vc. Vc is I into Xc. Capacitive reactance I into Xc. Then total applied voltage V is VR plus Vc vectorially. It is not algebraic, vectorially. So this is what we get from very basic. So therefore, when I have a R along with the C, there is no power zero concept. Power is consumed. What is that power? I have to quantify. Then what is that expression for the current? I have to identify. Like how I did it here. I took a vector diagram approach here. Similarly, when I have R and C element, what is the common element among them is current. Then you can see horizontally we draw a vector of current. Then what is the relationship between voltage across the resistor and current through resistor? In phase, VR vector is drawn all along the I. You can see here VR is drawn along the I, which is equal to I into R. So we are not worrying about the magnitude. We are trying to build relationships. So current plane and VR are in phase. VR is in the same plane as that of current. Hence I will be drawing VR. Then when the current I flows through capacitor, it builds Vc. When voltage across C is Vc, current through capacitor is I, what is that vectorial relationship exist among the voltage across the capacitor and current through capacitor? When I use the word capacitor, current always lead ahead of the voltage. With respect to voltage, current is leading. With respect to current, voltage must be lagging. Therefore, I utilize second relation. With respect to current through capacitor, voltage must be falling down by 90 degree. You can see here at this tip of this vector, dotted line is drawn. What is the length of that? Magnitude of that? Same as Vc. Vc is the voltage across the capacitor which is lagging behind the current by an angle 90 degree. When I have this side Vc and I have an adjacent side here VR. When I take a vectorial addition, this represent applied voltage capital V. I would say VR plus Vc is V. Then what is that? I into R plus I into Xc equal to I into Z. I into impedance. You can see here the same thing written here. V equal to VR square, which is the horizontal side, plus vertical side, which is VC square, which in turn parametrically IR square IXC square, which is equal to I outside under the root R square plus XC square, which if I represent I into Z, or Z equal to R square plus XC square under the root, we could get the relationship. So therefore, this is how I can construct the vector diagram. Here my knowledge is how to get current. Where is that current with respect to voltage? I have to establish this. For that, what I have to do? I have to go back to the vector diagram. Look into the voltage. Where is the voltage? Resultant diagonal. This is a V. With respect to V, where is that I? Above this or below this, I have to find out. Naturally, I find with respect to V, current vector is above this by an angle arbitrary value phi. It means current in a capacitive circuit leads. In case of ideal capacitor, it was perfect 90 degree. You can see here. Ideal capacitor, current in an ideal capacitor leads ahead by perfect 90 degree. But here it is a RC, combination of R and C. It is not perfect 90 degree, little less than 90 degree. Say phi. With respect to V, current is above this, leading this by an angle phi. Then I can write equation for the current. We can directly come to this point. V being Vm sin omega t, I can be something like I max sin omega t plus phi. I max sin omega t plus phi. Then what is that? Instantaneous power I can do. Before doing instantaneous power study, are we able to draw the waveforms? Yes, we are. Look into the blue line. Vm sin omega t. I can draw this. Vm sin omega t. What is the current you resulted? I max sin omega t plus phi. It is beginning advance by an angle phi. You can see here 0 mark and advance backward an angle of phi. It has begun before the 0 mark and make the cycle here. Brown or orange you can see here. This is called current. Current in a capacitor circuit is leading ahead of the voltage by an angle phi here. Therefore, once I complete the wave representing current and voltage, now I am in a position to conclude my representation. Like what? What is the total power? I can do it. So therefore, instantaneous power P is equal to, you can see here, V into I, Vm sin omega t, Im sin omega t plus phi. When I simplify this, again I will get product of sinusoids. It becomes difficult. What we should do? Convert this product of sinusoids into sum and differences of cosines, which we did here. Adjust a 2 in the numerator, 2 in the denominator. Convert this to cosine function. The same thing we will be doing here. Adjust 2 divided by 2. This becomes a cos of A plus B minus cos of A minus B. So by making this adjustment mathematically, I will get instantaneous power equation. Then what is the total power in the circuit? Will it be 0? Definitely no 0, because there is a resistor which consumes power. Put it as a heat. Then it is integration. You can see here. Integration of, directly see here, 1 by 2 pi is missing here. Vm Im by 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi integration, this equation. When I integrate this equation, first part cos phi, I cannot integrate with the omega. It comes out as it is. The second term, cos integration goes to sine, sine with 0 and 2 pi goes 0. Second term absolutely goes 0. What is worried about is the first term. You cannot integrate, but what is integrable? D omega t become omega. Then this, if you substitute with the limit 2 pi and 0, you will get 2 pi minus 0 divided by 2 pi, cancels out. What remains is Vm Im by 2.
Vm Im by 2. Make it as Vm by root 2, Im by root 2 cos phi. We know that Vm by root 2 is V, Im by root 2 is I, RMS. So this is how power in a RC series circuit is Vi cos phi. Now onwards, you shall remember power in AC circuit is Vi cos phi only. In case of resistor, cos phi stood 1. There is no visibility of cos phi over there. Therefore, invariably single phase power now onward to the series circuit or parallel circuit, it is Vi cos phi only. So therefore, you must be able to draw the power wave now. Look into the power wave here. I made a red dot here, 0 till this point of intersection. Current and voltage are in the upper half. Draw a big sinusoid like this. Correct? In the second half time length, current is negative, voltage is positive. So product remain negative here, small curve here. Again in this big time length, both voltage and current are negative, minus E minus I, both become positive as a product. I have just drawn by hand a current, I have drawn a waveform which is of power. So therefore should be seen as power in the upper half. Later continues. So you will find average power over a cycle is not 0 because the dimension of the power halves, lower hall were very smaller, upper halls were very bigger. So average power is not 0, it is given by Vi cos phi. So this is how you got a new concept of power consumed by a RC series circuit is also Vi cos phi. And this way RL RC series circuit study begun with the vector diagram. This we have to distinguish relationship of in phase, phase lag by 90, phase lead by 90 is utilized to compute our required expression for the current. So therefore here current was leading ahead of the voltage by phi. Hence we were able to write current as Im sin omega t plus phi. In case of RL, it was lagging V and I. I is behind this by an angle phi. So you can see minus phi. So this is the only difference. Rest of the work is very similar. You will find it. In the next class, we go ahead with exhaustive case study of application of single phase AC to RLC series. If all the three elements are there in a circuit, how to study this? For that, we have case study, like you can see here. Case study 1, if inductive reactance is larger than capacitive, XL greater than XC. If capacitive reactance is greater than XL, you can see here. If both were equal, so what is that? So all the three cases we have to study. Case number 1, next case number 2, case number 3. That become a complete study of series circuit for the application of single phase AC. So in the next class, we go ahead with series RLC and we will go with some numericals so that we will be able to get concept of application of single phase AC to a circuit physical. This is how work should go. Then we begin with simple parallel circuit. Simple series cum parallel circuit is called a mixed circuit in the coming classes, one after the another. Okay. So meantime, I just come out of the screen and I will just